Can you start by just telling me your name and where you're from?
Do you want me to look at you or the camera?
Either, whatever you're more comfortable
Okay.
with. Looking at me is fine.
Okay. Because it feels weird to talk into
No,
the
yeah, talk to
camera.
me.
Okay.
The camera's close enough.
Okay, Nicole Cronin, and I'm from San Francisco, California.
Welcome, Nicole.
Thank you.
So you just finished 200-hour yoga teacher training at present moment.
Yes.
How did it go?
Wonderful.
Yeah?
We're all pretty elated around here. None of us want to go home. Or maybe I just don't want to go home.
When you do go home, are you planning on teaching? And do you feel prepared?
Yes. I plan on teaching starting with privates or small group classes outside of my house. I'd like to be able to use yoga and travel and teach as I travel. And I do feel prepared. I think obviously there's always more to learn, but what I gained a very direct experience of through being taught here by new teachers is that the energy that you bring and who you are is kind of what sets the tone for the practice. And because there was so much of an emphasis on the fully living the yoga lifestyle and the spirituality of yoga, that's such a big part of why students would choose to come to you, why they would keep coming back. It's more than just the postures. The postures will come. I've been practicing yoga very regularly for about 6 years now, so I wasn't concerned about getting the postures right. It was really a deeper embodiment of yoga practice, and coming from a different place as a teacher, like learning how to come from a different, deeper place rather than just being a student. And I feel like this course definitely succeeded in doing that.
What was there?
Do you want more concise answers?
No, that
Do you want
was totally
15
beautiful.
second blurbs?
No, you just say
Okay.
whatever comes to you.
Okay.
There's no shoulds.
Okay.
This is a hard one, but what did you find is the most valuable part of the training for you on your spiritual journey or on your personal journey? Was it the asana? Was it the spiritual lessons? Or...
I'd say it was a combination of the spiritual lessons weaved into the way that our facilitators were able to hold space and be an embodiment of those lessons, and how they responded to situations and how they showed up for us, and how even if we were tired or cranky, they would from their hearts completely follow through with whatever set ritual was for that evening, and just like really the power of holding space. And I think going back into the real world and creating a new normal really takes that like deep knowing of who you are, and so you have to like a program like this has to be led by people who have found that within themselves.
Yeah. That kind of flows into how is the curriculum schedule facilitators, so the kind of the school side of things, the curriculum feel like it flowed well?
I kind of more sat back and watched the opinions of all of my fellow students, and it was just funny because as someone who comes from having been in management and been a facilitator or an operator, and having to deal with employees' remarks about, this is too hard or too long, or why is it, it's just nobody's ever going to be completely happy. And so I really was just focused on the end goal, which is that even in downtime or when it's too hot or it's going too long, or a piece of information isn't presented as efficiently as you think it could be, it's all part of the lesson. It's kind of like analogous to, well, you're not always prepared to sit in traffic, you don't always prepare to miss your flight, you don't always prepare to lose a loved one, but that's part of the art of life, right?
What was your greatest challenge along the way?
The gallbladder cleanse. It really, and my mind made up a lot of reasons why I was allowed to be angry.
Yeah.
Everything from it's one thing to challenge my mind, but you're messing with my body, and now I feel sick, and I need my mental health and my strength, and then you realize that the next day everybody felt better, and whether it was a gallbladder cleanse went wrong, or the goal of the cleanse was to release anger or toxins from your liver, which is, an organ in your body which is notorious for releasing pent-up anger. I think all in all, it did its job. So.
It was amazing how I really feel like that was a huge transition in the training, where for 2 weeks I had heard so many tears, and then for the next 2 weeks or 2 cycles, it was all like there was so much more like cheer and celebration in the group.
Yeah.
And that's just from an outside perspective. Like I felt like every time I passed the group the first 2 cycles, people were crying. And then every time I passed the group for the next two cycles, it was just like there was this camaraderie that happened.
Yeah, kind of broke an emotional seal.
Yeah.
Like whether it was anger from, the gallbladder cleanse or whatever, it just opened a valve, and it allowed people to kind of get pissy and cranky about whatever they were holding back. Because you walk into this environment and you're going, oh, yoga teacher training, Mexico, I'm supposed to be blissed out the whole time, and it kind of it held space for people to be kind of dark for a day.
Yeah. We'll play with the recipe. And how were the facilities, the yoga space? How was the food? How was the lodging?
Wonderful.
How was present moment?
The food was like, it played a really big role for me to have fresh juices and smoothies available from early in the morning to late at night, and kind of a kitchen that's open at all hours, and extremely friendly, service-oriented staff. Coming from the restaurant industry made a big difference in my experience here, just because I felt like we were taken care of. Whatever you needed you were going to be taken care of. And it really, like, something I'll go home with is the importance of putting really good nutrients in your body if you're going to choose to live like the enlightened lifestyle. Like, you just can't bog your body down with too much meat and carbs and sugar, and the menu was very carefully executed, to have energetic soup and just really fresh food, 3 meals a day. I can cut these answers down.
No, don't at all.
Okay.
Don't. That's my job.
Okay.
And a lot of people are curious about the shamanic element and the cleansing element, because those things are kind of what sets this training apart from a lot of other trainings. So how do you feel they fit into a yoga teacher training? Did it feel like a natural fit?
Yeah, extremely natural. Actually, the shamanic element and the cleansing element were the tipping point that brought me here. But I didn't even know why. It was just like, I already do tons of yoga. I don't just need to learn how to put a flow together and learn some anatomy. I want the full deal. And I think that the physical and mental cleansing, kind of focusing on them individually was very important, because they're two very separate things, but everything's interconnected at the end of the day. And then I thought Vedantin was a very sweet touch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's a love. Last question. Can you give us one word that encapsulates or characterizes the training for you? One word.
Yeah, inspiring.
Inspiring.
Yeah.
What was it again?
Inspiring.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah.